cents. He owes 85 cents. I also know that he has 2 quarters and 2 nickels. Okay? So that's what I know so far. What I'm trying to find out is which group of coins. I'm trying to figure out how much more money he needs.
Oh.
So, okay. Now, I'm going to be doing a lot of questions here, Mrs. Morris. Because this is the part that I do, should I still have them do this?
Yeah.
We've been working on our geometry unit, more specifically, solid figures. So let's go over our geometry words and the names of the shapes. Ready? Rectangular prism. Your turn. Pyramid. We can describe these shapes by looking at their specific attributes. The number of faces. Your turn. Vertices and edges. Excellent. You are going to identify solid figures according to the number and shape of its faces, edges, and vertices. Remember on Friday when we solved a geometry riddle together? Well, today in your numbered head strategies in your group, you're going to be solving more riddles. You are going to describe the solid figures by solving the riddle and justifying or proving your answer. Let's take a look at our sample riddle, and I'm going to show you how I would go about solving this riddle. So let's take a look at the first clue. I have 6 faces. Well, the first thing I'm going to do is use process of elimination. That means that I'm going to figure out which shapes do not fit the clue, and that's going to help me narrow it down. So I have 6 faces. Well, let's see. I know that it can't be the sphere because a sphere has 0 faces. Now I'm left here with the cube, the rectangular prism, and the pyramid. So I'm not quite sure how many faces a pyramid has, so I'm going to count the faces. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I can't forget the base. 5. Well, the pyramid has 5 faces, so it can't fit this. It doesn't fit this riddle, so I'm going to be left here with the cube and the rectangular prism. So I know that a cube has 6 faces, but I'm going to count the faces just to double check. Why don't you count quietly along with me? Ready? 1, 2. I have 8 vertices. Well, I know now that vertices are the corners, so I'm going to count. 1, 2. Let's try the rectangular prism. I'm going to count the rectangular prism just to make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hey, they both have 6 faces. They both have 8 vertices. Now I'm going to look at the last clue. All of my faces are square.
So here we go. I want you to turn to your partner, and I want you to discuss, in your own words, what do you know and what you're trying to find out. Okay, go. What do you know?
I know that
What else do you know? Oh, that's what we know so far. What are we trying to find out? I'm going to assume that One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Eyes on me. Okay. So now I need to come up with a plan. And I think my first step in my plan is going to figure out how much money does Miguel actually have.
I'm going to roll your own individual number first. So if I roll a 3, William, all the 3s, be prepared to share. And then my next number that I roll, Alessandra, is the table number. So I'm rolling number 2. Make sure every number 2 is in agreement that you know what you're going to share out using your complete sentence. Number 2 from this team, are you ready? Okay, why don't you go over again what you're going to say. Table 2. Hector, number 2, stand up and share out.
So 2 quarters, I think to myself, 2 quarters is 50 half of a dollar, and I know that half of a dollar, or quarter, is 25 cents, and 25 cents. So I am going to add those 2 together. So he has 50 cents a quarter, and then I know that he has 2 nickels, which is 10, I'm sorry, it is 10 cents, but it's 5 cents, and 5 cents is 10 cents. But I'm not done yet. I still need to take my 50 cents and my 10 cents, and I need to add it together, and I know that when I do, I get 60 cents. So I know that he has 60 cents so far. And then I think, how much more? How much more? And I look over at my posters. Now remember, next week they're not going to be down, or they're not going to be up. They're going to be covered up. But I can still look over there and go, where was that? I'm comparing. So when I compare, I see how many more means subtract. So I'm going to subtract how much money Miguel actually has from what he owes his sister. So I take, nope, this is me do 60 or 85 cents and 60 cents, and I subtract, and I get 5, and I get 8 take away 6 is 2, and I drop down my cent sign. So I am looking for an amount of money that has 25 cents. Now, here I go. I'm going to count each one, and I am going to put an amount by each one. Okay? So I have 10. Sometimes it's hard to count money, and sometimes I don't know what each one is worth. I know last year in 2nd grade, I think you guys may have done the hair, okay? We're in 3rd grade now. This is a dime, and it's worth 10. 5 more is 15. This is a penny, so 1 more is 16. This is another penny, so that's 17. And then this is a nickel. So 5 and 17 is 22.
Yeah.
So this is 22 cents.
Woohoo. Oh, look at that. No.
My target is 25 cents. Okay? And remember, this is me do. So you do are listening. Okay? So then I have 5 and 10 is 15, and then 5 more is 20, and then 5 more is 25. And there's 25 cents. So then I ask myself, I have 2 that are left. I'm going to do 1 more just to make sure. Okay? I am. I'm going to do 1 more just to make sure. They might trick me. They very well could trick me. So this is a penny, and it's worth 1. I have a nickel, and it's 5, so this is 6. 5 more is 11. 1 more is 12, and 5 more is 17. Okay, so I'm down to 1. So this is my answer. I have. I wonder if I could have. Okay. Didn't really act. I guess I kind of acted out. Okay. But I wrote down and I made sure that I problem solved and we got to the right answer. Didn't have to do them all. Okay. So how much more money does he need? 25 cents. And he needs this group of points. All right. Here we go. So here's what you're going to do with a partner. No. I'm sorry, we're going to do it together. Okay, so let me find one that I wanted to do together.
How do you unfreeze it?
I think you just hit freeze again.
Okay, you want to do that 5? Or do you want to do the 6? Here, I'll move it so you can see. You might like some other ones.
Ooh, that number 2 looks pretty good.
It does.
It looks really juicy. This is what I want you to do. We are going to cover up this. So, is there like a blank piece of paper back there, Mrs. Morris? That we can... Awesome, that's good.
Sticky notes?
I read some, if you echo. Okay, here we go. Laura made 2 pans of brownies.
Laura made 2 pans of brownies.
She cut each pan of brownies into 9 pieces. She had 4 of her friends. Ate 11 brownies. Which of these shows one way to find the number of brownies Laura has left? Okay. So let's talk about this. What do I know? Raise your hand if you can tell me, what do you know? Oh, what do I know? Oh, Darian, what do I know? What is something I know?
Well, you know Mary made 2 pans of brownies.
Yep, I know that she has 2 pans of brownies. So now, what I do, you do. Okay, because we're doing this together. Okay, so now what I do, you do. What is something else that I know, Ignacio?
Put each pan of brownies into 9 pieces.
Okay, so each pan is 9 pieces. Okay, so hang on. Getting too far ahead of me. So, 9 pieces. Okay. So the rest I want you to do on your own, and then we'll come back and check.
Rest of just what you know.
Just of what you know, yes. So circle the rest of what you know, or find out what else you know.
Without partner?
Yes.
Sure, yes, definitely.
And you have 1 minute.
Partners are good.
Square. So it has to be the cube. When I'm sharing out with my friend, I'm going to use our geometry words. The solid figure is a cube because it has 6 faces, it has 8 vertices, and all of its faces are square. Now remember, we're going to use a complete sentence, and we're going to use our special geometry word. The solid figure is, fill it in, because, so you're going to justify or prove your answer to your neighbors. And remember, this is an opportunity for us to learn from each other. So, if you're unsure, that's okay. Make a smart guess. And tell your neighbors, I'm not sure. I think it is. And think about what you know about shapes and just make a smart guess. And number 3, if you notice that someone in your group doesn't quite understand what to do, help them. This is an opportunity to learn from each other. And tell them, I think you should say this because, and don't forget to justify your answer using our geometry words. Number of faces, number of vertices. But remember,
So circle the rest of what you know. What else do you know in the poem? In the problem. What else do you know in the problem? Remember, circling what we all know. What else do you know in the problem? Okay. I got some going on over here. Oh, I'm sorry. What else do you know? Did we discuss it with our partner? What else do we know? Are we getting it? What else do we know? So each pan, 9 grams. I bet we can just underline that. Each pan, 9 grams. Okay. You got what we know? Yes. So, yes. I see a lot of people that are counting that. Okay, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get it together. Eyes on me. Okay, so here we go. Tell me something, Antonia, that you and your partner found out what else we know.
We know that she had 2 pins.
Right, we got that. We have 2 pans. Each pan has 9 brownies. Got that. What else do we know?
That,
Okay, so we know that there's 4 friends. And they ate 11. But I noticed that Ignacio found something else out. What else did you find out? Besides those 4 friends, who else is involved in this? How did we get 5? What is? She wants some brownies, doesn't she? So she is how many people? No, she's not. She's 1. She's 1. And together there are 5. So we have 5 people. Some of you, as I'm walking around, nobody got that. They're going to trick you guys. Okay, you got to make sure that you pay attention to that. What else do we know?
that she already knew.
What else did we find out? Actually, I think I did it. We have 5 friends, 5 people, and they're going to eat 11 brownies. Okay. Now, tell your partner what you're trying to find.
We're trying to find
brownies left.
okay.
You Okay, and 1. Not right now. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, eyes on me. Lauren, what are we trying to find out? No, 10 words or less. Maybe a couple of words. A couple of words. What are we trying to find out? What do you think, Amanda?
How many brownies they have left?
Brownies left. We're trying to figure out the brownies that are left. Okay? Brownies left. Brownies left. Okay. In your journal. Okay, this is what I want you to do in your journal. I want you to plan. What can we do for a plan?
Draw.
I like a drawing a picture.
Me too.
Okay. So, in your journal. Yes, sir.
Somebody take my journal. My journal's
So we need a piece of notebook paper for you. You know where the notebook paper's at. Get it.
I'm sorry.
Okay. So, with your partner, in your journal, and your partner's going to do it in their journal, come up with a plan. How are we going to solve this? What is a way that we can solve this? Do it in your journal. Do it with your partner.
Alright, let's go.
Make your plan in your journal. Make your plan.